Hi everyone, my name is Antoine Paillusseau. I'm the co-founder and CEO of FinChatBot. FinChatBot, we're a tech startup based in Johannesburg, South Africa, and we develop a conversational AI solution specifically for the financial industry. And in this presentation, I'm specifically going to talk about conversational commerce and the future of the financial industry. So let's dive in straight. So in terms of agenda, 4 key points. First one is about exploring business challenges and what maybe you as a business owner is facing every day, especially with the current challenges and digital world, etc. I'm going to unpack a little bit that. Then explain to you a bit better how conversational AI can help the business. So you really have a balance between the challenges as well as the solutions, and in more details, use cases and how can conversational commerce can be installed within your environment in a couple of days, couple of weeks, and really have an impact from day one, as well as 5 different tips to ensure success, which means that the objective would be to be first time right. So yeah, I hope you don't have any question because it's completely digital, but I'll be on the show to help you with. First thing first, how do you use your smartphone on a daily basis? If you in the generation that I am, millennial still, you most likely chat. You chat to your friends, you chat to your family, you chat to your colleagues, and soon, if not already, you're going to chat to businesses. 4 billion active users on messaging app every single month. So it's a huge traction on those messaging apps. 2 different stats: 85% of all customer interactions are already through chatbots. And that comes from Gartner, from a stat in 2020, which really means that if your business is still trying to figure out whether it's an interesting channel to use, interesting piece of technology to use, it's already happening massively worldwide. It's going to provide by 2023 about $11 billion in cost saving, as well as an improvement in customer acquisition and so on. So we can unpack that a little bit later. That's for me one of the most important stats. 82% of customers expect immediate response when it comes to sales. So if the current process that you have in your business is about lead form that are sent to a CRM is handing over to a call center agent, and the call center agent calls or do not call, depends, and that's really where we feel if this process is with a lot of friction and not immediate response, we lose opportunities, we lose customers. 65% of them prefer chatting than calling a business. And I'm sure you've all experienced that, calling a call center explaining your situation, being handed over to another agent. Other agent is starting again by identifying you, what you call, etc. Really frustrating. So you spend a lot of time trying to get access to information, education, purchasing, servicing, and so on, just on the phone, when you don't necessarily need that. You should be able to do that with the comfort of your sofa, at night, during the weekend, and so on. So a couple of challenges that we've identified. As I said earlier, a lot of call centers are becoming increasingly inefficient, saturated, and expensive. And what we've experienced over the past couple of months with the COVID crisis is a lot of call centers could not operate fully because of social distancing, because of the risk of contaminating other agents. And on the other side, access to retail, access to stores was really complicated for customers. So a lot of customers continued to call, obviously, and not the best channel, not the most efficient, not the most available channel at the moment. Customers are not guaranteed assistance 24/7. If there are other entrepreneurs in the room, I'm sure you guys are very busy, 9 to 5 or even 7 to 7, as we say, and no time to take a phone call, or no time to take to spend 30 to 40 minutes on the phone to just get a quote on an insurance product. And thirdly, call centers are not delivering the intended results of conversion and customer satisfaction. So when you have an average of conversion rate of about 10-15% best case scenario, a chatbot can perform double that, 30. We even I'm also going to present to you a case study that goes up to 39% of conversion rate. So 4 clients out of 10 are buying. So much more powerful than a call center. Especially in the digital age, people want everything now. So it's not the South African now that I had to learn myself. It's really about immediate response when it comes to sale, when it comes to service. It's the core of the customer experience today. We have to be customer centric. And if the customer experience has a lot of friction and time, we lose the customer, we frustrate the customer, and that's really, really key. Conversational AI can really help your business in different ways. Improve customer acquisition. So really start applying different data analytics and AI optimization behind to create a better customer acquisition, better customer experience. If you think about it, today call centers are still using one script, one way of engaging with all their customers, whether you're 20 or 60, it's going to be the exact same experience. If you start optimizing the chat with different tonality, different personas of audience, let's say different experiences for the same objective, you end up improving drastically the conversion. Enhance customer experience and retention. So customer experience is from let's say customer service side. So service and retention is really critical. How do you serve a customer better? But how do you maximize the retention? How do you reactivate customers that may that are in a process of maybe lapsing or leaving the product? That's where we feel the chatbot can really help reactivate those customers by engaging with them, understanding maybe the challenges they're experiencing, understanding different aspects that we can tackle on the bot and reactivate them. Thirdly, obviously, reducing operating costs. You bring automation, you bring reduction in operating costs by having less human intervention in the process, and maximum return on investment and business growth, because you can really connect the objective of the chatbot with your business objective. So if you have a customer acquisition cost, if you have a return on investment from an acquisition scenario, or a cost reduction capability from a customer service side, the conversational AI solution can really unpack that very well in your environment. And that's what it looks, as you can see, very well embedded in any type of smartphone. Can also be web, browser, desktop. But the web chat is, for me, one of the most amazing opportunity for the continent. First of all, it's accessible via URL. You don't need to download an app. You don't need to register, to put your banking details. You can go straight in the chat and access the services that are available. Available 24/7. You don't need to wait 9 a.m. the next day or phoning between Monday to Friday. You access the solution 24/7. It's completely embedded within your favorite app. So this, what you see on screen, is really web chat. But WhatsApp is one of the next channel, Facebook Messenger, all the other channels are available. So you can create one seamless customer experience available on all channels where customers are. Transactional capability is probably the most amazing opportunity in this world. So if you start understanding what is the query of the customer with an automated solution, and you can provide the service instantly within the solution, it's so much more powerful. Let's take an example. I want to add a beneficiary on my insurance policy. Usually you have to call the call center, identify, spend quite a bit of time. Here, I can identify on my WhatsApp channel. I keep my conversation open, and at any point, any time of the day, week, I can engage with the solution and add this beneficiary without speaking to a human. The chatbot or conversational AI solution is extremely powerful to tackle non-empathetic queries. So if all those non-empathetic queries are becoming available 24/7 on a chat interface, it's really, really powerful. So let me unpack a little bit conversational AI. So conversational AI is pretty much any machine or piece of software that you can converse with. It's really about conversation. You engage as a potential customer or a active customer with a solution that is completely automatic via a conversation. And going back to the opportunity for me in the continent. So today, 80 to 90% of customer interactions in the digital space is actually happening through USSD. So USSD is very, very basic type of experience. It's very limiting. You cannot really tackle different exclusions, scenarios, failovers, and so on. And it's very basic. It's almost what I would say a binary type of engagement. On the other side, at the bottom of the screen, is really about apps. So you have pretty much USSD 80%, and let's say app experience about 20%. And apps are quite or first of all, quite saturated. A lot of apps doing everything, so it's really hard to make the difference between another provider. As well as it's data hungry. You need to update it. You need first to download it, then you need to update it regularly. But most of it, you need to register. And that process, extremely high drop-off, extremely low activation rate from that perspective. So the data cost as well as the process is complex. And conversational AI sits in between for me. And it could replace in the next 3 to 5 years USSD type of interaction. Why? Because you position the chat where customers are already, within WhatsApp, within Facebook, on a web chat via a URL that we could zero rate and engage with customers completely free for the customers, using educational component, educational support to create the interest on the product and sell or service the customer. So really powerful in between. So USSD, very basic, very well used, but not going really towards the future. In-app, quite saturated and really hard to activate people on the app and making them coming back to the app. Whereas a conversation on your WhatsApp with your insurer, with your bank, with etc., it's really, really much more easy. And that's really the 3 core solutions that we offer as a business, but that we recommend to get the best return on investment. So the first one, clearly customer acquisition. But customer acquisition, we're not talking about lead gen. We're not talking about a customer that goes on the chat and fill in a form. It's not the point. The idea is to go much beyond that and offer the full end-to-end sales capability. If you can sell a product or service in less than 3 to 4 minutes, that's what customers want. So there's quite a bit of work of integration, and I'll chat to you a bit more just now. But the idea is to integrate the different systems that are required to perform that action. So it could be a CRM, it could be a quoting engine, a payment gateway, as well as the administrative system that's going to distribute the policy, if I continue on my example. So really customer acquisition, end-to-end, threshold of like 4 to 5 minutes maximum, working really well for customers. And cross-channel, always cross-channel. Customer service. So the idea is to work on an AI-based solution with what we call natural language processing, natural language understanding, to understand the intent, what does the customer want, and start obviously create this database, this knowledge base in order to answer the queries. So understand the intent is the first step. Then pushing the correct answer, that's the second step. And the third one that we're adding now is transactional service capability. So you end up ask a question to the bot understands it, and instead of telling me, oh, in order to add a beneficiary, you need to call a call center. The idea is to add this transactional capability in the conversation. So, oh, okay, you want to add a beneficiary? Very well. Can you please give me your policy number? Perfect, I've identified you. Now you can add the beneficiary. So really powerful system. FAQs have failed in the past because they were not providing the full transactional capability. And that's where customer service can have a real big impact. Retention and recovery. So recovery, let me start by that. It's to literally provide a debt collection capability or debt counseling capability in a chat environment. When you think about it, debt recovery, debt counseling, it's obviously a very sensitive subject, and offering this subject in via phone. So I'm phoning someone at a time of the day or day of the week that is not really convenient. I'm in the middle of an open space. I don't want to speak out loud about that. Not very confidential, quite intrusive. The chat is actually offering capabilities of high confidentiality because you're on your phone, so you don't need to share the conversation out loud. So offering the possibility to have access to repayment, promise to pay, a schedule of payment, all those options very quickly on your WhatsApp or just on a web chat. Really powerful. From a retention perspective, quite a few interesting examples. Giving you one, that could be the policyholder and during the COVID could not drive his car as much as before. So it's obviously less of a risk for the insurance company. So in terms of retention, we could send out a little SMS or a WhatsApp message to say, hey, we know that you're going to drive less. Can we reallocate, can we reduce a bit your policy to make sure you continue being an active client, but a fair move from the insurance companies to the customer. Really powerful to increase customer satisfaction and make sure, obviously, customer don't lapse. Now, in terms of how it works, it's all about integration. So our solution sits in the cloud in the middle, as you can see, but it's really about API-driven capability. So we integrate into multiple systems, administrative systems, CRM, payment gateways, and so on, in order to understand what are the product rules. How can we service? How can we sell? What are the processes that the client must go through in order to finalize, in order to get to the objective point? Then we create, from that understanding, we create the conversation. So we analyze the branding, we analyze the tonality, we create this whole environment, a new user experience in our system. And then we plug that into a multi-channel approach. So having the conversation on WhatsApp, having the conversation on Twitter, on web, on Facebook, and so on. So the idea is really to have a seamless integration and an API-driven capability that can help customers. So here here's a quick example of a customer acquisition. This is for car insurance. So you engage with the solution. And here we're doing two core capabilities, is integrating different backend system. In this case, after the email address, the bot asks the car registration number. We ping TransUnion, pull back car make, model, and year. Then the ID number, we ping Home Affairs and get access to residential address and all this information. And we are able to pull a quote in less than 3 or 4 minutes instead of a 40-minute conversation. And from that, you can purchase, and in less than 4 minutes, you are insured. So really, really powerful scenario. I'm sharing you now the customer care on WhatsApp. So you need to tackle a couple of queries at night. Very quickly, you can access your policy, submit a claim, review the status of the claim, all those queries that are generally made massively on the call center, automating it and create a great customer experience. And then premium and debt recovery, as you can see, I want to check and manage my debt. I engage with the solution. I identify myself. I can access very quickly the account list, and from the ID number, we retrieve the system, and then you get access to the account, can pay now, etc. So really, again, very quick, great customer experience, and nice to have. Another one that I want to show you here is a customer acquisition for travel insurance, and it's how embedded it is within an environment. So you've all experienced this little chat capability at the bottom right, but here you have the whole branding that is created. You have a tonality of conversation that is put together. You have different optimization key that create this trust environment with the customer. And that's one of our use case. So we were doing before the lockdown quite a bit of travel insurance, but we believe it's going to start again in October. So travel insurance for one of the big bank, end-to-end capability that can sell in a very short space of time. As you can see, 4 minutes average time to buy, or 4 minutes average time to be insured. So really, really short experience when the call center agent was taking up to 15 minutes. 3 million rand, we sold about 3 million rand worth of policies in less than 6 months. 4.7 out of 5 average rating rated by users. So it's really important that we add a little rating engine at the end of the conversation to help customers rate and share what they have, what they feel, if they liked or disliked the experience, so that our team can really optimize very, very quickly the experience to grow this data quite rapidly. And that's the bottom line, 39% of average conversion rate. So much higher than any call center results. And that's where you see the efficiency, speed, access to information of the solution that can really give much better results. So 5 quick tips to ensure success. First of all, the idea is to clearly define the business objectives. Understanding what would be a quick win for your business, as well as the integration capability that your IT has or your systems have, and making sure we connect business objective as well as technical capabilities. Our solution, or this type of solution, is really a front end of a backend system that is integrated. So it's all about the administrative system, the sales capability, and so on. From that objective, we tailor the solution to suit the customers. So really offering multi-language capability, guided journey, smart FAQs, and all the different solutions that I put forward before that. Then brand alignment, design tonality, persona. How can we make sure the customer feels completely comfortable with the solution integrated within your environment? Then unique marketing tactics to boost the traffic. So the use of QR code, the use of very contextualized marketing to trigger a specific experience in the chat. Really, really powerful capability. And obviously the use of A/B test. And that's, we do that ourselves. So we help our client to do that. But the idea is to start doing an A test. So testing one version of the experience, then moving to the B test, and see what is the result. Are we impacting the conversion rate? Are we impacting the bottom line of the experience? And from that, in a couple of weeks, you can start really having quite a bit of success. The key takeaways of this presentation. So chatbots are really not a hype anymore. Real successful use cases are proving to businesses the importance of having a 24/7 capability and chat as a channel. Start small and simple. You can get the learnings over time and work with the partner that can help you and guide you through this journey to make sure it's a first time right. Marketing is essential. A chat interface doesn't create traffic, doesn't bring traffic. It has to be in combination with a strong marketing strategy to drive traffic. Exactly like a call center agent. If you don't give the call center agent a list of number, there's no one to call, right? Conversational AI solution to rethink the flow. It's very important to see that you can create a different flow and start seeing which one works the best. Let's take a really drastic example. The first question you ask your customer is, what is your ID number? It's quite intrusive. You haven't really broken the ice in the conversation, in the sales experience. So it's really important to start doing A/B test and see what would be the perfect scenario for a customer. Use conversational AI solution to enable multi-language. What stops you to use 11 official languages that we have in South Africa to chat to your customers? Chat interfaces can do that very well. You can have a first question that offers the customer to select the language they want to interact with the solution and can feel more comfortable, engage better, etc. Running A/B testing with time and day component. We've seen a lot of traction on the bot at night, during the weekend, even late at night. And you can start really engaging with customers when they have time and not forcing them to communicate with you when they don't. Just to show you some of our clients, we work with MTN, we work with ABSA, MyWay, Bright, Hollout, Foschini Group, Bidvest Insurance. So we have quite a wide range of clients in South Africa. And yeah, a bit about us. We have 20 top tier clients here, a team of 25 with a strong company culture. We were rated last year one of the top 10 tech startups in Africa. And we quoted more than 20 million rand of premium over the past 12 months. Yeah, thank you very much. And I'm sure I'm around the room to answer to your question live. So thank you very much and hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.